Welcome to my channel collective. This portion of the channel is called From Within, Divine Feminine. Here I will be diving deep into the depths of spirituality, what it means, who we are, our practices, and so on. There's so much information and downloads that I receive on a daily basis. I've been trying to figure out how to properly deliver the information without causing any further harm to myself or humanity. I have reached a level of ascension now where I am ready to speak, in the 3D realm that is. If you know, then you know. I only ask that you be patient with me, for this is a lot of information to intake, but also a lot of information to put out. With that being said, let's dive in. Hey family, welcome back to From Within Divine Feminine. So today's topic is basic knowledge versus dropouts. And this is not to come down on anyone. I just want to touch bases for our future references, our future generations. So let's talk about it. Me personally, not just from my personal experience, but also from things that I have observed around me, around the world, just dealing with humans on a regular basis. I have communicated with successful people. I have communicated with people who dropped out in middle school. I have communicated with people who have dropped out in high school. I have communicated with people who haven't gotten a GED and they are still successful in life. I have communicated with people who hasn't actually made it to college and they are very successful in life as well. But let's just talk about the essentials, the necessity of knowledge. Because yes, I mean, I do understand that education, it is important, but sometimes school is just not for everybody. There are certain disabilities. I don't like to use that word. I really don't. But there are certain people who minds just can't focus on one thing at one time, and I happen to be one of those people. My mind moves 1,000 miles per hour. Time doesn't exist to my mind, and so I know what it's like to try to focus on something that just does not hold either interest or much importance to you. Like, okay, so I was in algebra in 5th grade, 6th grade, and so I was really good at math, but when it came to the other things, school just wasn't my thing. Though I'm not gonna lie to you, I'm a person that learns from experience, because I've been here so many lifetimes. There's just a lot of things that I already know, that I already understand, and so yeah, school was never really a thing for me. I was always advanced for my classes, but it would never hold like my interest. And so I ended up dropping out. I was an early dropout. I completed 8th grade. I made it to 9th grade. I dropped out. But I did get my GED by the time I was supposed to graduate high school. So I was supposed to graduate high school in 2009, and I got my GED in 2009. And so I was right on time. So timing it's a thing. It's really a thing. And to be honest with you, I passed that test with flying colors, like with very high scores. Even though I dropped out at 9th grade, I still caught the basic knowledge of reading, writing, adding, subtracting, multiplying, division, decimals, what is it? What am I thinking of?
when it comes to reading. I'm thinking of something specific, like when you're reading and you have to, like, context clues, like reading between the lines, like grammar, certain things that can help you understand communication, like understanding how to accumulate, how to add value, and how and to realize when something is taking away value or taking away subtraction. See, math is like it's not just about numbers, it's about life. Like everything is numbers, it's vibration, it's frequency. Frequency is numbers, it's math, it's numerology. It is our reality. And so you just can't think about numbers when you think about math. This is why basic knowledge is so essential. It's so necessary because it teaches you about life. Like the early stages in school, it teaches you about life. Like knowing when, I'm gonna give you an example. So it's like knowing when, if you're dealing with someone and you're not happy, how do you know if this person is adding to you or taking away from you? Basic knowledge, common sense. That's why it's very important. Oh, please don't mind me saying a lot. I be trying to actually bring what my soul says from up there down into this reality. I try to make as much sense as it makes in my head. So just kind of bear with me. And there it is. So these type of things, it's very essential to just be able to get by in life, to be able to create a happy home for your life, or to get a decent job and actually keep it, because it's not hard to get a job, like especially nowadays, because there are so many people like entrepreneurs, there are so many people with side hustles, there are so many people doing their own thing, that jobs actually need people, like fast food, like McDonald's, Burger King, these type of jobs, they actually need people. So they're willing to take the risk of hiring someone who they don't check for things like high school diploma or, basic knowledge. They just want to know if you're going to show up. And so you find that, like I was speaking to a friend of mine the other day, well, not the other day, but a couple of weeks ago. And he was telling me, we were talking about my, cause we have a mutual friend, someone that I used to, and we were talking about, basic knowledge. We were talking about, graduating and dropouts. And so I asked him how a certain person was doing it. He was like, oh, they dropped out of school, they're not going to school. So, it kind of hurt my heart. And so we started to speak about, I was like, well, school is not made for most people. Most of us dropped out. He was like, oh, don't speak for most of us. So, he graduated high school, but I went to, it was a funny situation. I'm not going to get off track, but it was really, really, really funny the way he said it. He was like, oh, don't speak for me. I was like, that's cool. But yeah, that situation kind of hit home for me, because I raised this young child, and because of the simple fact that me and his father, that we didn't make it, work, it just kind of hit home for me. And I kind of wish that there was something that I can do to kind of push him to get a GED or just get that basic knowledge, because it's all fun and games running the street while you're younger and things are accessible. Certain things are easier to get access to. But once you hit a certain age in life, like life starts to life, and I mean, what are you gonna do? Like, this is why it's very important as a parent. Like, I'm not saying, because I really don't feel as though kids should be forced to do anything, not in a forceful way. Like, a lot of parents, like a lot of people that I have dealt with in the past, I get a lot of negative eye, and a lot of people push away from me because of the respect that their kids have for me and the respect that their kids don't have for them. And this is because I treat people with respect, even kids, because they're more advanced than you think. I don't want to compare them to an animal, but I just got that comparison, but I'm not going to do that. Like, respect is due. I handle them and I speak to them and I talk to them in a way that makes them feel seen, that makes them feel heard, that makes them want to understand what it is that I'm trying to say to them. I make them feel loved, like, even if it's a tough kind of love, even if it's, like me just telling you, like, yeah, okay, if you want something from me, I'll give it to you, but you're not going to demand me. You're not going to make it seem as if I have to do anything for you. And then you're going to ask me as if you have some type of sense. Like, I demand respect from everybody. I don't give a damn if it's a dog. I demand my respect, and so this gets me a long way with people, and it kind of like irks other people, but I really don't care, because it's who I am. I have boundaries, and I will let a child know that I will do anything for you. I don't care if I know you or not. If you need something and I got it, you got it. But if you think you're gonna disrespect me and still come and ask me for something, you have another thing coming, because I don't have to do shit for you. That's just for kids that are not my kids. Of course, I'm gonna be very firm on mine as well, just because respect is very essential as well. It's very essential. Like, my thing when I was raising the young boy was, he was kind of spoiled, and so it's like he would want to play with other people's toys, like dominate their toys, take their toys from them. But then when it came time for him to share his toys, he was like, no. He would cry and make a whole big ass deal and be mad, and he want to fight about it. And then his dad would defend him. Like, oh, he don't have to share his toys, or if nobody don't want to share their toys with him, oh, you better share with my son, and da-da-da. No, that's not how life is supposed to go. Now look at him now. Look what you have created. And so when I came into the picture, I started to show him and to teach him that no, that is not how this works. Because if people are nice enough to share their toys with you, then you're going to be nice enough to share your toys with them. Now, on the other hand, if they don't want to share their toys with you, then of course, yeah, no, you don't have to share your shit. But if someone is nice enough to share their shit with you, you share back. And if somebody says that they don't want you touching their shit, so what? Don't touch it. You can't get mad because somebody doesn't want you to touch their things. You just respect it and you go play with your own things, because you have your own things to play with. So it's okay. It is okay. You will be okay, but respect it. You give what you receive, and what you receive, you should be willing to give, is all I'm saying. Like, this is necessary. Like, these type of things are necessary. You can't be a bully and then expect people to want to be around you. You can't be an asshole and expect people to want to deal with you. No. And then you get upset when people don't want to deal with you. Now you want to cry. You're emotional. You're in your feelings because no one wants you around, but you're an asshole. You understand? So that was that. I kind of got off of the topic. Let me check my notes, because it all goes together to me. Like, all of it goes together. And if certain things are instilled inside of us at a young age, then as we grow, it will become a lifestyle. Even if a child is resistant in the beginning at a young age, of course they might be resistant. That's fine. But your job as a parent is to instill these things into the child. That's like, okay, so my mom, for example, when we were younger, my mom didn't play about her house being clean. Like, she didn't play about, it was certain things that she just did not play about. When it comes to the bathroom, like behind the toilet, like, you know, that little spot behind the toilet that always gets dirty. I don't know how that little spot always gets dirty, but it does. Even as an adult, I noticed that, and I noticed why she made us clean it, because it gets dirty. Like, even if you don't use that part, it gets dirty. And so she wanted that part of her bathroom clean, like that part behind the toilet, like on the bottom of it, and then the part behind the seat, and then like the whole wipe the whole toilet, because it gets dirty. You know, when you're cleaning out the sink, you just don't clean the inside of the sink. No, you clean the counter. You wipe down the nozzles, the knobs. All of that matters. When it comes time to clean up the kitchen, you don't just wash the dishes. No, you're going to wash the counters. If the dish holder is dirty, you're going to take, before you put the dishes in there, you're going to clean that as well. You know, you're going to clean that, and then you're going to put the dishes in it, you know. And you're going to wipe the counter when you're done. If the microwave is dirty, you're going to clean out the microwave. This is a part of the kitchen. The kitchen is not just the dishes. And then then you're going to sweep the floor, and you're going to mop the floor. You're going to mop the floor. This is a part of cleaning. This is cleaning. It is not just, oh, you do one thing and it's done. No, you have to focus at the bigger picture. The picture is not just the dishes in the sink. The picture is the whole damn room. And so that my mom doing that to us at an early age, now as an adult, all of us, me and my two sisters, I can't speak for, yes, I can speak for my brothers, because they're the women that they choose women whose houses are clean. So my mom, they look for these certain characteristics in their women. So not only do they know how to do it themselves, like my little brother, he when I tell him to clean, like when he was living with me and I would ask him to clean the bathroom, when I tell you, this man, he did it way better than me. He had his own system. He would take everything out of the bathroom and he would just scrub it. I'm talking about scrub it. Okay. That thing was clean. Okay. And I respect that. Like, my mom she put that into us. Like, she might not have been, you know, the best mentally, emotionally, but when it came down to the basic necessities that we needed as adults, to not only be well-grounded adults, but to also look for well-grounded adults as our counterparts, as our spouses. And so these things are just important at a young age. Yeah, we used to bitch about it. Who wanted to go clean a bathroom? You got to wipe behind a nasty ass toilet. Like, kids, we resist those type of things because it's in us. It's like, ew, like, no, like, mommy. But, you know, she demanded it. She demanded it. I'm not gonna lie. It was like, you better do it. Like, and after a while, she didn't have to demand it, because it was something that was natural to us. We knew that, you know, okay, we got to go in here and do what we got to do in order to get what it is that we want. Because if you want to go in here and eat all the snacks that you want to eat, because she had food stamps out the ass. So it was like, oh, if you want to go in here and eat and do what you got to do, because you won't get no snack. You might get dinner. Yeah, I got to feed you. I'm going to feed you. But you think you're going to touch my snacks and my ice cream sickle pops and these chips and, you know, these cakes? And no, you're going to do what you have to do. Do what you have to do to get what it is that you want. And that's just the end of it. And that is what my mom taught us, you know, like, I don't know. Me and my siblings, we have a different outlook on things. Like, I don't know if they actually respect that from my mom. Respect the fact that they are well-grounded adults. Like, even though they feel as though they may not have the emotional balance that they needed, or that they might not have the mental balance that they needed or gotten from her, like you're still a well-grounded adult. We all graduated high school. Most of us graduated high school. Most of us we're on our own. Our bills, we have nice things. We travel the world. We do things. We meet well-grounded people. We meet nice, friends. Like we are very well-grounded. And so I love to give my mom her props on that, and I make sure I let her know that I appreciate those things. I don't care how little they are. I'm very grateful for the little things because they matter. Like these things matter. Certain things matter. You got to learn how to look at, what people did the best that they could. What did someone do that was the best that they could in order, make you into the best version of yourself that they knew how to do, so yeah, these type of things are very important. I know the topic is basic knowledge versus dropout, but all of this, it goes together. For me, the topic probably could have been something else, but no, I just wanted to do basic knowledge. Basic knowledge is anything that could be, it's common sense, really. What was taught to you as a child, as a young teen. So back to the the education part of this, like, because I feel as though I have been here many, many, many lifetimes. I have accumulated so much wisdom to the point where I feel as though I don't need schools in order to be successful. I know how to use my energy. I know how to make my energy work for me. I feel like most of the successful people who have not the courtesy of graduating high school have old souls. Because, once you've been here so many times, eventually those memories and that knowledge that's already inside of your memory bank, your soul bank, your Akashic records, over time, that information and that knowledge, it starts to unlock itself. And so you start to realize, you start to apply these certain things to your life. You start to find different ways to, how can I say? You start to find different ways to accumulate money or wealth or stability. You start to find different ways to bring stability to your life and the family that it is that you either want or have. And it really takes wisdom for that, because there are, if you compare, like if they do a comparison, I really think that people in the high places, they should start doing more realistic comparisons instead of the comparisons that aren't doing anybody any justice, that isn't helping anybody see the bigger picture. Because a lot of these comparisons and a lot of the experiments and a lot of the things that the government and the higher places, that a lot of these things are useless. They're not helping gather the information that they actually need to make the world a better place. If you start to compare the things that really, really matter, compare the things that you can actually see differences, or you can actually see effects. If you start to compare these things and then you really start to analyze the why, the when, the where, and the how, you would come up with better experiments. You would come up with better numbers. Oh, okay. Numbers. I guess that's I could say that. Because at the end of the day, that's what it boils down to. 90% versus the 10%. Then 50% versus the 50%. So it's numbers. You will get better percentages. There it is. You will get a better analysis. Because it's not about black and white. It's not about skin tone. To be honest with you, the only thing that it's really about is it is about souls. It is about and it's about souls mostly, but it's also about I want to say teaching, but I don't think that's It is about, what is it about? It's right on the tip of my tongue. It's more so about, teaching is not the word that I'm looking for. It's about It's about leading by example. It's about not demand. It is about simple communication. Communication is everything. It's about being the voice of reason. There it is. So I had to find what it is I was trying to say. I had to go back to my notes because, I have my notes, but then I start to drift off and just let my higher self speak. And so, as a parent, it's not your job to demand, it is your job to be the voice of reasoning. Listen to them. Like, you don't have to, because they have their own souls, they have their own missions, they have their own paths, and it might not be what it is that you want for them, and that's okay. As parents, we have to understand that is okay. It's okay for them to have their own path. It's okay for them to have their own missions. It's okay for them to say no. Is that rain? I think that might be rain. It kind of like did something to me. I don't know. Okay, yeah, so that was rain. Where was I? Yeah, it's okay for them to have their own mind, to want to do what it is that they want to do, that their soul is recognizing that they're here to do. We just have to simply support them. And supporting them, it means being the voice of reasoning. Simple, being the voice of reasoning. Understanding that, okay, they want to make this decision. If they choose to make this decision, they might not have a full solution. Just because their soul is leading them to make a decision doesn't mean that they have a solution. So, okay, if you have this solution and this is something that you really, really, really want to do, your job is to say, okay, son, okay, daughter, what is your solution? Do you know how far you want to go with this? Okay, if they don't know, then you try your best to the best of your ability to help them find a solution, to help them go within, to find their true selves, because at the end of the day, there's always an end of the day. And the end of the day, it is always to find your true self, to find your higher self, to find what purpose that you bring to this world. You are here to help them become aware of who they are, to become aware of their purpose in this life, whether it's to dance, to teach, to draw, to speak, to build, to whatever that is, to entertain, whatever that is, you help them find that, and you teach them, you show them, you tell them about your experience. Trying to hide your childhood from your child is not going to help them. You help them so that they don't have to go through that. Like, use your voice. So that they're not afraid to use their voice. Teach them that their voice is important. It's very important to speak your mind. It's very important to voice your opinion. When you use your voice, it teaches others around you that they cannot play in your energy. It teaches others around you that they have to respect your boundaries. They have to respect how you feel. It's very important that a person respects how you feel, because if they will try to walk over your emotions, and in doing so they will put you in a mental box to make you feel as though you don't see. I see this with a lot of parents. Like, I've seen parents talk to their children in a way that hurts me. Like, if you're calling them these things and you're saying these things to them, how do you expect them to feel as a child? And then they grow up feeling like this. And so they grow up with not only mental imbalance, but emotional imbalance, because they're looking at if the person who took care of me as a child felt this way about me, even though you might not feel like that about them. You might just talk reckless like that, and you were just reckless with an innocent soul, and you damage them in a way to where they grow up to be damaged adults. And so you I see this a lot. And then, like I said at the beginning of the whatever this is, the topic, I get a lot of pushback because I don't agree with certain things, especially when it comes to children. Like, and I speak to them as if they're gods. I speak to them as if they are precious. I speak to them as if I want to know what they think. I want to know how their soul feels. And I don't know. I think as adults, we should really consider the things that we say to children, how we talk to children. Don't get me wrong, I am a little rough around the edges. I'm not saying that I'm perfect. I speak my mind, and I'm very vocal, and I'm vocal to the point where I'm free. I am free. Like, yeah, I kick it. I kick it with the kids. I kick it. I'm honest with them, but I make sure that I consider their emotions when it comes down to what they feel, what they say, how I deliver what I have to say to them. And I think that we should all, implement this when it comes to kids. And teaching them to be the same way when expressing themselves, because you can express yourself without being a complete dick. You can express yourself without hurting someone's feelings. Okay, well, you can get your point across without being rude. I do it all the time. I articulate myself very well, and you will feel everything that I say from my words, because I put my words together very well. I am aware that words are powerful. I am aware that words are spells as well. So I deliver my message without causing you any harm, but making you look at yourself in the mirror and think about who you are as a person. I'll either make you feel like the God that you are, or the God that you present yourself to be, or I will make you feel like the devil that you present yourself to be. The choice is yours. How do you present yourself to this world? Do you submit to the devil in you, your lower self, or do you submit to your higher self, the God in you? How do you present yourself to the world? Because it's certain people out here, people like me, who are going to make you look in the mirror at who you are, what face you choose to wear, what energy you choose to project. Who are you? What are you? Because if you don't see it, I see it. I'm going to tell you that I see it. You're going to know that I see it by the way in which I handle you. I know a God when I see one. I know good energy when I see it. I know Satan when I see it. I know lower energy when I see it. And so I will make you very aware. That is a part of my purpose. That is a part of who I am. And so let's see. I'm not gonna lie, I kind of went off topic with that, but it's fine though, because I'm about to end it here anyway. That's like the end of my notes. Yeah, I say invest in your children, invest in their emotional stability, and you simply do that by listening to them, listening to their ideas. Don't just judge them. Don't just get upset because they have other plans for themselves than the plans that you had set out for them. Maybe they don't want to take on your legacy. Maybe they want to build their own legacy, and that is fine. That is fine. That is fine. They have their own life. They have their own soul. They have their own missions. And it's up to us to accept that, to accept that and let all be well. So I'm going to leave the message here. I want to thank you all for listening today. If you resonate with anything that I spoke about, hit the like button for me. Comment down below. Share. I do want to send you all peace, love, and light, understanding, wisdom, knowledge, peace. Well, once again, check out my poems. I have a playlist called Poem Time. Check those out. Thank you. Peace, love, light, understanding, wisdom, and knowledge. Peace.